So that sewage is fairly clean, even then, back in the 30s. Well, 25. A friend of mine, my schoolmate,
Uh-huh.
his cousin was a big shot in Paramount then. And I took it in the Paramount building where they had the theater in one section. Matter of fact, Ellie worked in Paramount.
Oh, yeah?
And that's my sister-in-law. And I did good. I did good. I told her, hey, I said, Billy, I don't want to
want it.
bother it.
Didn't want to be in the movies with Douglas
No.
Fairbanks?
No. He said I was photogenic, though.
That was 25?
Back in 25.
You were 18? 18
What
year
the
old?
hell? Hey, go.
Now, how'd you find yourself on the West Coast at 18?
Hey, this was in New York City.
This Paramount, the Paramount here.
That's
Back when there used to be studios in New York.
that was they had the trials here, your tests, and this was a home office at that time,
Mm-hmm.
right in New York.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, come on. I had a good time all through my life.
Where'd you go to high school?
When I go to, that was right from there. I was in my 25. I was in my first year of high school.
Which was where? Where did you go to high school?
But wait a
What
minute.
school?
No, I graduated.
You had graduated in 25.
I graduated in 25.
Uh-huh.
High school. Graduated at NYU at 28.
3 years later.
Yeah.
What, were you in a rush?
I was in a rush. And then I told my mother I'm gonna be the hell with this, have a good time.
That's when you got on the boats.
That's when I got on the boats.
Now, how long were you in the Merchant Marine?
3 years.
That's it. All the stories I've heard all my life, it sounds like 40, 50 years in the Merchant Marine.
Hey, 3 years, 12 times 3 is 36. We made the trips I made from New York to Hamburg and Bremerhaven, Ireland, and all that. I made one a month.
One a month. You were
Long
busy.
trip. Well, we even went to one of these rescues at sea.
Where? In the Atlantic?
In the Atlantic. We stopped and took care of the situation. And then on another trip, we had stowaways. The sister ship coming the other direction had stowaways. We meet in the middle of the goddamn Atlantic.
And you traded stowaways.
Traded stowaways and mail.
Wow.
I got mail. Oh,
That's great. So the stowaways had to go back where they came from, and you got some nice letters.
that's right. I got letters. I got letters from Germany.
Wow, Jimmy.
I got pulled in there and I asked for extra time. And I don't know what the hell, we were an extra day layover. So instead of 3 days, we were getting 4 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, I had that picnic. So on a Reeperbahn, that's the equivalent of, what the hell they call it? The, like the jazzy place, what do you call it
A club.
here? No, all the hot spots are on the Reeperbahn there.
Oh, like, God, I don't want to say Fifth Avenue, but what Fifth Avenue is to shopping, this was to...
No. This was all the amusements,
Mm-hmm.
the cabarets and the like, were all on this Reeperbahn. So I got into talking to one of these prostitutes there. Yeah, I wanted to go up the river. And coming down the river, I was on the wheel, and the first mate, he said, boy, all the mates were on it. We were passing two of these nudist colonies on the thing. And I heard of the Blankenese. That was the high-class beach on right opposite the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I propositioned this girl. She said she loved swimming. She was in high school. She had finished high school and did a lot of swimming. I said, hey, how about, can we go up to Blankenese? And she said, okay. So I gave her all the money I had on me. Oh, well, the American money I was getting $4.40 for $1. And I had 38 bucks on me. I gave her the money. I said, take care of this stuff. Well, she and I had a good time. Oh my God. So we come back. We were up the river quite a few miles. We come back, and that was the night that I was supposed to report the next morning to, on board.
Mm-hmm.
We were sailing in a couple of hours. Well, so we get down there, get back, and she wakes me up. Hey, come on, get up. Son of a gun, I washed my uniform, cleaned my uniform, pressed it, I looked like Spiffy. And I said, how much do I owe you? I said, I'll have to send you money. She says, no, here. She hands me half my money.
Wow.
She said,
you made a good impression.
She said, I had a wonderful time. In other words, we had no sex.
Just a wonderful time.
Here we are in a cabana, right on a beach, and then, hey, that's the time I had.
That was before the German inflation?
That was, no, we were getting 4 mark 10 you get at the bank. I was getting 4 mark 40 and 4 mark 50.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Come on. Today, what do you get for $1? One mark something.
$1.50. It's brutal. When was the last time you were in Europe?
I made 6 trips there. And that's the last one I did. And every trip was an adventure. It was something else. Well, one time I went out on a Reeperbahn, had a couple of drinks, and they had these damn things. They come out with a burro. What would I say? A burro? What would you call it?
A donkey?
A donkey or something. All right. The thing was, they had. This was like, what do we call them? Cafe. Like they had a sawdust ring, and they had like a ringmaster. You can get up on the donkey and stay on for a certain number of rides. You get a beer or something. Hey, the first time I did it, I was still sober. I did it good, but later on,
things got a little harder. Huh?
Things got a little dizzier, and you got he and the chap that had the tiller on the animal, he give the animal some kind of a signal, and a backhand would go up in the air, and you'd go flying off. This was one of those spots that were considered tourist thing. You're sitting at that table, and all of a sudden,
the hands are going on.
The hand comes over, gives you a tickle. And the women go for that. Oh my God! Anyway, prostitution then was under government control. They had like a co-op building just for the girls. Well, I guess they had a tally on them how much they made. There were no pimps, but however they were sectioned off in 5 Markstrasse, 2 Marks, or the like, and they made sure that they were clean. They had a monthly medical exam, and they had a card that it was punched.
Things have changed a lot.
Well, I got to talking, once coming back, talked to Herman's brother, Ernest. He was in the Navy. About my experiences. And he said he was chief petty officer. And he come on board drunk one time. He beat the old man up. He was down in the lowest rating you could get.
Sure. Cleaning the toilet bowls from the inside.
Oh, hey, they didn't have that long, experienced man. However, it was. He said one time we were in Cuba, and he was in with one of these prostitutes, and she rolled him.
Really?
She rolled. Well, he got up. He went. You could go those pants that the sailors have would go tight. And where's my money? He beat her up, threw her down the goddamn stairs. He said, "You come up with my money, or I'll kill you." No charges were made of him. He didn't kill her, but Ernest was slow as hell.
I bet.
Well, he's the guy that, I don't know if you... The Panay incident?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember it.
We had certain rights in China. He was on one of these gunboats. And this time, they were just laying there, sort of toward the shore, anchored. And the Japs come over and started strafing the ship.
An American ship in China.
In China. And she sunk. However, they were taking pictures of Ernest, some guy on board ship. And here he is in his shorts. They dug him out, and he's filing as hell. What the hell have they got? Is a guy with one of these machine guns. No, what the hell can you do with a goddamn machine? However, they kept the plane up higher. They sank. The old man was killed. So the junior officer didn't know what the hell to do. So he lifted up to Ernest. He said, "Jump overboard." And they had a boom, one of these log booms. And he says, "Hold on to that. And if they come and strafe you, just duck." So anyway, for that thing, he got the Navy Cross.
Really?
And what the hell's the other one, the big one? Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. He got the Medal of Honor for that.
Well, yeah. And because what the hell, he saved the crew, whatever, was alive. the Japanese government gave everyone, he lost everything. Watches, he tabulated, he said, I got paid for everything.
Wow.
And I guess the government got
what was the furthest you went on a ship? How far did you get around the world?
got around the world.
Got around the world?
You know, I started from New York. I took on our first trip, I took a coastwise ship. It was I don't know, I forgot the name of the ship. She was a coastwise steamer for named the West Coast Intercontinental
Railroads.
Union Pacific. Union Pacific. That was she ran from New York along the boat down the Gulf, and there they transferred to railroad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
like in Houston?
No, New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
They went to New Orleans. In New Orleans, I picked up the Manhattan Island. That was a cargo ship, the Redwood Line, and that took me to the West Coast.
Through the canal or down?
Through the canal. And she went from there, all the stops up to Seattle. However, she didn't get that far. We were in, she had motor trouble, engine trouble rather, in San Francisco, so they put her up in dry dock.
Mm-hmm.
So while there, I said, how long, I don't know how long she's going to be there, so I asked the mate, how long? He says, we cleared everybody off ship. In other words, discharge them like.
Right.
I said, it'll be a couple of months then, evidently. So I took the coastwise steamer. It looked like a glorified, oversized tugboat. However, it took 20 passengers overnight. In other words, it stopped at all the
little ports.
All the small. There were a hell of a lot of small ports there, like Eureka,
mm-hmm.
and about 100 miles up, there's another one in Oregon, two in Oregon. And I was on her, and I wound up in Seattle. And what the hell am I going to do? This is just the season they're going fishing.
You didn't get on one of those crazy fishing boats, did you?
One season, hey, never again. That's a workout. However, they pay well if the fish run. We're all on shares.
Mm-hmm.
And one season, every couple of months, I'm back in Seattle. I'm bone tired. I look like hell. But I got a pocket full of money. And that time, money, you got paid in silver dollars.
Wow. Well, you must have been bulging with that stuff.
Right off the bat, I went to Western Union. I wired money back home. I knew damn well someone's going to roll me up there. First thing I want to get a haircut. Got one of these that looked like an old-time saloon with sawdust on it,
mm-hmm.
and it was one of these barber schools. First guy comes in, you don't pay for a haircut or a shave or anything.
You get what you get.
You get what you get. So I got a haircut. I got pretty good. I got a haircut, and then I went around. What the hell we're gonna do? Come in blind at going at night. So I wind up in a rooming house, and I said, where can I have some fun overnight? He said, there's a movie house on the street, on the four corners of the street. There's a theater on each corner. And this is in the old Silence.
Wow.
Oh, you stay in one, everybody sleeps in those there places. You're in one. You finish those. Each has a set of film, and they rotate. In the 24 hours that you're there, you don't see a repetition. It goes on.
So you can stay in the same theater.
That's right.
And keep watching new stuff. Because the guy next door is bringing it over for you.
Well, come to it. When we're doctoring coming back now, I haven't come back yet. I'm up there. Then I went down to the Puget Sound and looked for. I promised my father I'd get him some knickknacks.
Knickknacks?
Yeah.
What's
I got him a cigarette holder. You know, there's what the hell they call them? Come out of a tusk.
Ivory.
Fossilized ivory. That's what I was trying to say. It was fossilized ivory. Then for Mother, I got her a pendant, ivory pendant, and hand carved, and inside was a little heart. And that was red. What the hell it was, how the hell he ever got it in there, in that little thing. Well, that Mother treasured that. I think she...
Do you still have it somewhere?
Hey, my stuff walks, too, you know.
I heard about your relatives. There's some of mine, too. So
well, anyway, before I took the general grant, the coastwise, they had the names on every one of those ships. Well, before I didn't know where the hell I'm going to be or what, so I checked my duffel bag at the Seamen's Institute down there. They got a ticket and then. So I'm on that ship, as I say. We wound up in Seattle, picked up the guard on, what the hell's the name of that packing boat? I worked on one of the packing houses up, canneries, up in Alaska. What the hell the name of it was? Well, anyway, we got back. We got back, everybody proposition you know,
oh, sure. You were coming back with pocket.
They all knew. It goes like wildfire. And who's up in that area now? Salty. Jackie is up there. He owns a couple of acres.
Oh.
He's doing well. And I talked to him. That place, you have to be a mountain goat in Seattle at that time. I don't know how it is today, but it was all uphill, and it was all Japanese.
Wow.
Then, so getting back, how the hell did I get back? It was the Admiral Benson that I was on. It was the Admiral line, they call that. It was a little, I was in San Francisco a couple of months then after that. That's when I had money, I had a good time. And I ran out of money because, as I say, I sent a hell of a lot to the mother. And saying, I'm going to have I picked up the Pierce. Yeah, that was one of the President line, the Pierce. It was stopped in Hawaii and made that. It's a 3 month and 10 days round trip, and to the Orient and back. You say, how can I do in three years, you know? No, hey, come on, I covered territory. And that was one trip. I'm back in San Francisco after that. And I signed off, and I wired back. Mother didn't have a phone. I wired back that was in, and I was sending her some more money. Father wires me and was ill. Here I am in December in San Francisco. Hey, the temperature's nice in there. Anyway, so how am I going to get back east?
A long walk.
I'm walking the Fisherman's Wharf all along there. I'm there. How long was I there in San Francisco? I think 10 days, a little over 2 weeks. San Francisco then, hey, today, from what I read about it, you can have it. Then, it was wide open. I had gotten off, and I got off with some of the crew. They signed off too. So one of them went through his money. They had these goddamn chances. The high score for the day on the sheet gets a hell of a payoff, or you get payoff on. You got the dice. You know how they run anyway. That's. He lost his money there. The other one, he got rolled. Hey, come on, man.
It was a big industry out here. So how'd you get yourself back east?
No, I'll get there. So while I'm settling down there, three of the chaps, once so busted, he was going to the winery, that is up in, what the hell is the goddamn county up there with
Sonoma?
all the vineyards.
What is that county? Boy.
Well, one of them, they had, what the hell is it? The name of it? It's run by a Catholic organization. And when you're busted in these little carts, they look like dump carts, you know, like they're on regular track, but they look more like collier cars, and they're loaded with grapes.
Wow.
So this tall, thin Irishman, oh, he was tall and thin. Older. He says, I'm going up there. I'm broke. I said, well, come on. Where the hell are you going to sleep? You're not going in. So I I had gotten information from one of the stewards, not the steward, one of the crew, what the hell they call them then? They've got all different names on them now. He took care of the crew, and setting out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Understand? The steward, he was part of the steward department, but that's well, how the hell do you get a room here? When I got there, he said, my cousin, one of his relations, running a place, and it's in San Francisco. Where you got a rooming house. So I go from one place to another. I'd forgotten the goddamn address. All I knew was the street. No, the so-and-so, no. But you want to come up? Up, one after the other. I did hit it.
Finally.
Up near the top. It was still had a couple. The Red Hut, it's a red light district, right off Chinatown. So I round up. I met the guys. Said, we're going to eat. Said, where? One of them knew somebody, and he didn't. What the hell was he? He discharged. Matter of fact, he got in with the madam on one of these places, and through somebody else. In other words, it was word of mouth, and he was set. He says, "I'm staying in San Francisco." So we had three of us left. Four. That was four. While he hadn't gone yet. This was first night. I had taken a place right off Market Street. That's the main street. And I had the money, so I hired the place. And after I got it, one after the other, they went upstairs. We slept on the goddamn bed. Four of us, like hot dogs, you know. And in the middle of the night, the goddamn fire engines went. Holy mackerel! It was just around the corner. So all of us, four of us, are out the window. The woman's running this place. Sees us, comes up, raises holy hell. There's supposed to be only one person in it who got bounced out. That's how I got to have to find a place. So we're walking up there, and we start off where the trolley turns on the turntable down there.
At the bottom of the hill?
At the bottom of the hill. And we walked up through Chinatown to this street of mine. And we got it there. There, we got the same thing. There were only three of us now, because
the guy stayed where he was.
Shorter guy, he had a place already. So he said, I'm leaving. But there were three of us, and horsing around the goddamn bed. Busted. So, hey, we had to do something. So they shoved where the hell did they get the box? I don't know. The box under the spring. There was that slats, and I said, I got the wire. I said, I've got to go and see if I get a place. So I was lucky. I'm down at Fisherman's Wharf. There's this goddamn freighter. Hey, you need any hands? Need an AB? He says, yeah, we're sailing in an hour. And are you from the hall? No, I hadn't stopped at the hiring hall this time. I said, no, I said, okay, we'll take you on. Come on, you're going to be here. We're sailing in an hour. I'm running like hell up the hill and put a couple of things in a paper bag. I leave them a note and whatever money I had, except up to $5. That is what I had. I kept $5 and left them the rest. I said, you'll have to do with this. And that's the last I heard of them, because I got down there just
in time.
Just in time.
And that boat brought you back?
And that brought me back to New Orleans. Mm-hmm. And I got the coastwise, Scotty worked for that outfit here in New York. Southern Pacific Steamship Company.
So how long did it take you from the first telegram to the time you finally got home?
Let's see, so I left when I come into New York. It was after Christmas. It was after Christmas because we docked in New Orleans the day before Christmas. And got paid off because I was the home port. And what the hell am I going to do? There was a German ship come in, so they got in with the Salvation Army. Well, I joined them. We went at Christmas dinner, Salvation Army out of town, across the river. There's New Orleans is here, and we were
on the other side
on the other side of the Mississippi, and had a good time. I mean, the Germans sang their carols, in German, and then there was a goddamn Greek ship there, and some of the small boats that come out of the Caribbean, and us. And we got ditty bags and a Bible.
Wow.
For Christmas. Some of the ditty bags are, well, they're handy. You got thread, needles, buttons, and whatnot.
So how was your mom when you finally got back?
She was doing pretty good. I said, oh, you fixed me up good.
Well, what'd you do when you got back to the city then? Mom was okay? Mom
was okay, so I got me a job for Standard Oil.
Mm-hmm.
Standard Oil was, don't forget, I had gotten my degree by BCS, Bachelor of Commercial Science, in New York. And this job I got was an accounting job. Mm-hmm. Right in
Jersey?
No, right here in New York. In what's that goddamn building in back of the Grand Central Station?
Pan Am? No.
No.
Woolworth. No, that's way.
No, these are one of these big buildings that they just put up. And
exactly. Chrysler? That hadn't been
built
yet.
No, that's way up. That's 40. Yeah, the Chrysler was on there. It was on the other corner. Hey, come on,
right by Horn and Hardart.
No, Horn and Harts were all over the city. Thompson, what was it, Thompson had the concession in Grand Central Station where they had a chair with this wide seat, like you put a tray there and each stuff. And that was the big thing there. That was Horn and Hardart wasn't in the station.
Were automats really popular back then?
So, oh yeah,
yeah,
they were. And I remember that because I went to school at 46th Street between 6th and Broadway. That was the annex. And Horn and Hardart was down there. We ate lunch, or had lunch before we had the afternoon session.
And that was, so you started Standard Oil in the city in what, 31, 32?
Right. And, hey, the women got me in trouble.
What?
Here I am, a couple of weeks there at Standard Oil, and I got my books. And as I said, they were manual. And at the same time, they were being transferred to machines at that time. I said, oh, this is back 28, yeah.
No, I thought you said 28, you went on the boat.
20, come on.
You want us to shine the lights a little brighter?
It was after the, what the hell is that? Depression at that time. Big one.
29.
29. They were jumping out of the goddamn windows.
Did many people do that?
Yeah.
Yeah? And it wasn't just brokers?
People that had lost everything and said the hell with them.
Did you have any money in the market then?
No. No, thank God. I was too young. No, I didn't. Come to think of it, I didn't. So, I'm stalled. As I say, I got into trouble there. Myself and this little squirt were the only ones in this department that weren't married. So now the books, the girls were doing the transferring on the books. And the books in the interim were being checked. We couldn't add all those goddamn figures. I took care of the whole eastern northeast. So they took. I take the books. I had to go to the department.
Tabulation department?
So that's what they had, these goddamn little hand machines that like a Monroe or like that.
Not like a modern calculator.
Oh, hell no. So you sign in. I signed in. And they used to give me a ribbon or something, kind of put a leg out and it tripped, things like that. That was when I first started. And I was there for a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. They wanted me, they were so desperate, the girls there. They wanted to go to some big shindig. They were going to get the full dress suit. They were hiring the goddamn big car. They didn't have limos then. They would have big. I said, I'm all committed. I can't go. They got so PO'd. My books would come down on the last end. In other words, everybody else, they come in. Accounting want to know why the hell my books weren't checked. Understand?
Well, I still don't
I wind
understand
up with
something.
probably some overlaps too, you know.
Well, that's
back
okay.
going
But
back.
yeah, I'm trying to understand something. You said you were in the Merchant Marine 3 years.
That's right.
You graduated college in 28.
28.
You got
right.
on the boats
That's
for
right.
3 years.
That's right.
But then how could you be in 1929 back in New York working at Standard Oil? So you, after Standard Oil, you got back on the boats again.
That's what I'm getting at. I got in
Okay.
trouble with the girls there. The office manager said, hey, you got to take care of them. I said, how the heck can I? So the end of that week, toward the end of that week, he says, they're letting me go. This is on Thursday afternoon. No, Thursday morning. I got notice that I'm being, because the girls are complaining.
Wow.
So, okay. I go back on the U.S. lines, finding out when is she sailing. She's sailing that
day.
That day. I sign on.
Did you go home first?
No.
You just got on the boat, left.
Just got on.
Did you write your mother?
No, I called up.
Okay.
I called up. And
was that a surprise for her? Or she'd come to expect that sort of thing from you?
I had it out with her. I said, I'm going to have a ball for a while before I settle down. So here I'm on the America this time. And I go back to the office. I told him, hey, I'm sailing tonight. Like, what the heck? Oh, the years went up. Holy mackerel. So every trip I had to leave a drop a note off for them. and that was, I only did 2 trips on that one. And I wanted to see my cousin in Czechoslovakia at that time. I didn't have enough time. In other words, I couldn't get there and back.
Right. Where did he live?
In Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, well, where? It's a big place.
Yeah, right in Kladno.
In Kladno, okay.
That's right outside of Praha. And I didn't have the time. So instead, I'd take a taxi and the Hamburg Zoo has the Oni gorilla.
Oh.
I wanted to see what the hell a gorilla looked like.
You'd never seen one before?
No. Hey, who the hell had any?
Didn't have one in Central Park, huh?
No, absolutely not. So I saw the gorilla. And there at that time, they had these keepers had their animals running loose like. And all these bugs, the Germans were bugs, everybody around with, flashlights and pictures. And the ones they had there, what the hell were there? A goddamn bunch of monkeys loose in a big open cage. And they were filthy. They were filthy.
Was this before or after King Kong came out in the theaters?
This was before.
Uh-huh.
Way before. And what the hell was it? Then I wanted to, that's right off there's a big lake in Hamburg. Matter of fact, the reflection, a moonlight reflection on that lake spotted the aircraft.
Really?
So they had to blanket off, the parts of it, and put these cloth things to dampen it down. Well, I wanted to ride on one of those damn boats they had, the sightseeing boats. So my mind went fast. And at the second trip, I wound up in New York. I picked up the West Honecker. West Honecker. We took the goddamn trip. It was a tramp steamer belonging to the U.S. Shipping Board,
Mm-hmm.
and it was signed over to the South African dispatch line at that time. After this trip, I was on the shipping board at that time, and in the meantime, it was transferred to the South African dispatch line, and that's where I picked the goddamn thing up in San Francisco, and was going to go to South Africa. I didn't, but I picked up another ship, the Buffalo Bridge, and she went to the West Coast from Durban over to the West Coast of Africa, and I wound up in Belgian Congo. That's I got a hell of a dose of fever.
Malaria?
Malaria. Well, she went up way up the river, and man, the guy got laid up a while. And so I'm diverging. This trip we made on the West Honecker, that's where I got stuck on the West Coast thing. I'd have to go through all my goddamn discharge papers. Oh, I had a picnic. I was operating on the Siemens passport. I could go anywhere, you know. Use my passport. Well, talking about passports, one time there, between San Francisco and New York, I did a lot of traveling. San Francisco this time, I don't know what the hell to do. I've been in the tropics. I was as brown as what's brown as brown can be. Well, anyway, I'm in between ships. I'm down at the hiring hall, and there's a call up. Two Hawaiian ABs. Oh boy, that's me. You know, I'm brown. I'm just there, building and all that. I throw my card in. On that, born in Czechoslovakia, you son of a bitch, get the hell out of here. He says, I know the goddamn ships and all that. I said, come on, get out of here. So I never got on that American Hawaiian steamship line. That's an experience. Another thing about San Francisco at that time, you take that trolley up the hill, and halfway up, they have a park there. On the entrance to the park is a big sign.
Says, don't jump?
No dogs or sailors allowed. Imagine that. No dogs or sailors.
Well, from the stories you've been telling tonight, I can understand that sign.
That was up. Rosie ran when she went out there. She had no place to park a car. She left it out in the street. They cleaned her out. Brand new tire and some equipment and whatnot. Matter of fact, she got out there. She got herself a job for Macy's at that time. And said the hell with it. He packs up. In 3 days, she's home.
Wow.
That's
a lot of driving.
She got disgusted. That's right.
I know that Macy's experience.
No, it wasn't the Macy that was experience. Oh, when I first landed in San Francisco, the bunch were busted. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are we going to do? They had the Emporium, was like a big Macy. They had the big store. Then they had a dairy. Then they had another place down at the.
At the wharf?
Not at the wharf. What the hell was it? Goddamn. Right at the waterfront. You got your Fisherman's Wharf there. Then there's the waterfront there. And they had these tracks where the fruit was coming in
mm-hmm.
and going up on to the wineries. Well, oh yeah, we have no money. Well, we got to eat. So, the Emporium, the vegetables and dairy part, we got in a big sign. All the buttermilk you can drink. You pay for one glass. So they were filling up on the goddamn buttermilk. And bread.
Buttermilk and bread.
Hey, come on.
Sure.
You got to fill up.
So how'd you finally meet your wife? When was that?
That was, I got back. I got me a job with American Chickle.
Mm-hmm.
That's when things started.
Here in Queens.
Yeah.
Doing their books.
It's the cost accounting. Well, that was my specialty, cost accounting. And I was there, well, how long? I wasn't there long. From high school, I went to American Chickle from 25 to 28. And that's when I dumped off. And Johnny Tackner, who I worked for, what the hell is that goddamn chemical company? Union Carbide, the next building.
Mm-hmm.
When we were here, Union Carbide was here. And if we didn't like the food in our lunchroom, cafeteria,
you could sneak on over.
We got over here, or to the next building. The next building was, who the hell made those damn, those Norton
bomb
sites?
sites? Norton bomb sites?
That was the original company that had that building. So we traveled from one cafeteria to the other, depending on, it was an agreement. Well, getting back to my goddamn experience on the West Hanukkah, that was a trip. I picked her up in San Francisco. And she was a hard luck ship. She was a good ship. She was one of the first diesel jobs. She was a good ship, but she was a hard luck. She had hard luck attached to it. That was when I discharged off of the President grant of the President lines. And I got the West Hanukkah. She went around We went around Australia. We picked up the van.
Those cows? The pregnant cows?
They had to be pregnant. The cows had to be pregnant. And they were, I think, 12 or 13 cows we had. And they were quartered under our quarter, crew quarters. It was the rear end of the ship. And the rear end of the ship was a big stanchion from one deck to the other.
Mm-hmm.
As a support thing. We had the animals tied to the stanchion. And the place was as big as these rooms. A little bigger even. God, what the hell, you had animals all over the place. Well, we left Perth and going to India. And of course, there we hit one of these typhoons. That was the experience. So everybody, animals are sliding, hooves sliding all over the place. The old man says everybody has to take an animal and take care of them. Make sure that they don't break a leg or anything, which would be quite apt. And here are 2 goddamn days. 2 days of that thing, just trying to go through. And we didn't sleep. The food come down. we took whacks at it. Our animals were in good shape when we hit India. So
you got paid.
And the mate was the old man. Matter of fact, it was the old man and the mate. On these cargo ships, they had certain leeway. They were picking up animals and whatnot for museums or zoos, and in other words, they had orders for these things. Going back, the mate has a minor bird, and that's where I first come across. You drop a dish and break, that damn thing crack, and it breaks. Have you ever seen a minor bird?
Yeah.
It looks like a crow, a big crow that's been stepped on. Understand? A crow has the neck is up.
Yeah.
This thing is.
Someone stepped on its head.
Something stepped on it. But imitate. Oh, that damn thing can imitate. Good. Right. Well, anyway, that was one thing I learned about minor birds. The mate has an orangutan. He's got him attached to that damn post down underneath. It's the son of a gun, pounding on the deck on the plates.
Mm-hmm.
The reverberates throughout the whole ship. Oh my God!
Who got to feed it? Who got to feed the orangutan? The mate?
The mate. Nobody would go near the animal. And that was after we went through all the trouble. Well, as I say, we got caught. The ship got caught at the Queen Anne docks. Two stewards, the cook and the steward, were caught with a pistol at the end of the dock. Immediately, we were in quarantine. Here we are on the ship, halfway home. No money yet. And we're not getting any money. Well, how the hell do you survive?
Sell the orangutan?
No. You get these bumboats coming around. The Hindus are operating, then it looked like sampans, you might say, open boats that they wheel around with one of these long oars. They were a bunch of crooks. I have no. I'm sorry to say I'm not a bigot or anything like that, or racist, but I despise a Hindu as a Hindu. The reason for it, they're the biggest bunch of crooks I ever run into.
At least all the ones you ran into were a bunch of crooks.
Yeah, we were, hey, come on, we're dying for money. And here the son of a gun gets off his boat, gets on board, on deck, and he's got an umbrella. On the end of the umbrella, he's got a hook. He's going to go through the porthole, throwing out stuff. He got kicked off overboard. Well, anyway, what we did, the lifeboats have survival equipment in there, in each lifeboat. We drained the alcohol out of the compasses. The biscuits, we ate some, we sold some. The equipment, we sold anything that
wasn't nailed down,
screwed down and bolted. The ship was practically bare. But that's what it was. However, it was the ship, as I say, at that time was still shipping board. So the government had to guarantee we sailed without the two stewards. We had no cook. We haven't got a steward. And everybody takes a whack at cooking. Hey, can you cook? What can you cook? So they go in a ice box or a refrigerator and pick out whatever they can. Well, but with all the time spent there, the food was going bad. So we're throwing a lot of the stuff overboard, trying to save some part of the hide or whatever it was. And one of these fakers, these Hindus, well, what the hell I call them fakers, and the loincloths, and they tell you your fortune. You got sand in there and whatnot. He said, are we ever going to get out of here? He said, yeah, you're leaving soon. He said, how the hell are those guys? They're good. You're going to have a very rough passage, and you're going to lose some men. Okay, we finally got loose, and there was a bomb pushed on. The two stewards were left behind. We left. We hit the Red Sea. That's between this Somaliland bed.
Sinai and Egypt.
Right there. It's 119 in the shade.
Must be hot on them deck plates.
The third mate puts on one of these wolf coats, the goddamn fur coats. That was the rage at that time. And jumps overboard off the stern end. He went wacky. First they threw a goddamn life ring over it, and then somebody jumped in to hold them up. The shark infested waters. They held them up. We got them back on. We left them off at Port Said at the other end. and he was taking off. He went nuts. And we're coming back. We had a storm going to New York. We lose one of the lifeboats. We're going around in circles like this. In other words, you can't breast the storm. And that's it. That was a lousy goddamn thing. We lost equipment. We lost the men. How the hell did that guy know it? And that ship, oh my God, I don't know if it was that thing. 4 o'clock, that's a change of watch at 4 o'clock, every 4 hours, you know. Mm-hmm. 4 o'clock, it was what we call a piss call. The ship just stopped. Right? They had it fixed every time, diesel engine, every time the piston go up, the whole thing would go up between the plate and the rest of the engine. It'd come up about that much.
Well, wasn't it bolted down?
It was broken. So the engineers went crazy on board that thing. The chief engineer. That's why he had, I don't know what the hell he was doing, but 4 o'clock, they took an hour, and we went again. But you could hear the tempo is different. So getting back to that thing, that's when we hit San Francisco going back. It was transferred to Weyerhaeuser. No, the ship was signed over to the South African Dispatch Line. South African Dispatch Line was owned by Weyerhaeuser. Here we are putting lumber on and everything. We were supposed to go. She has to go to dry dock. That's when they fixed the damn boat up.
Right.
Well, a year after, she was taking the trip around Cape Horn. Mm-hmm. Straight to Magellan.
Sure. No shortcut this time.
No shortcut this time. But what the hell ship was I on another time? Then I made the Horn. I made it with the crazy mate. Anyway, that's the goddamn ship I was on. I was told to go aft to check it. They were very rough waters down there. Here I am, I'm going back there. They got the cargo net on, see, over the whole back. I'm supposed to pull in the log so it doesn't get fouled up with all this maneuvering of the ship. Take the log in. I take the log in, but I get whopped with a wave. In other words, the rear end of the ship is going like this. I'm whopped in.
Do you have a line on you?
I had a line. That didn't end. Hey, I let go. God, I got. Hey, wait. Do you understand when you get hit with a wave?
Sure.
With how many tons of water? I got washed right off. She went back. I got dumped back on.
Back onto the back of the boat.
You're talking about living a life of...
Hey, weren't you born on 777?
That's right.
Okay.
Hey, that's more than once.
Is that why you raise cats now? All that good luck?
But anyway, I know it's gone down trips. I wound up I bought a pair of shoes in India anyway. And how the hell did I get that money? These birds, they had, there were a pair of them, two of them. One had a sewing machine. You ever hear of a hurdy-gurdy, a sewing machine that you work by hand? One worked by hand, the other one did the sewing. Well, they've got a British catalog, the style of shoe.
You show them the shoe you want, they make.
That's right. And then he's got samples of leather. Okay. Also, 2 days I get a pair of shoes. In 2 days, handmade. Here. You work like hell. Okay. However, that damn pair of shoes didn't last a hell of a lot because the quality of the leather I got was what I call belly leather, soft.
Mm-hmm.
So I get into New York with the damn shoe. Coincidentally, what I pay, it was $5.25.
That's a lot back then.
American money for a pair of handmade shoes. I get back here, and this soft spot has developed a hole. So now I have to get I was buying a pair of shoes down where the Twin Towers is.
Mm-hmm.
One of the name of it is Munbush or something like that. It was a quality store. And I'm buying shoes, and the guy looks at me. Well, where'd you get these? They were handmade, I told him. I got them. What'd you pay? I told him. He wouldn't believe what I paid. Of course, he wanted, what the hell did he want? His price was 3 times
as much.
Well, what I paid for the shoes.
Just to fix them, or to replace?
No. This is a pair of store-bought
Mm-hmm.
shoes I was getting, and I asked to have those fixed. They did fix them. They put a patch on it, just like a German patch, just nothing elaborate.
Oh, right.
Just to fill it in. Well, that was a good job. Oh, that's one of the sidelines. Well, when the Manhattan Island came back, remember we would come back in New York? No. I signed off the Manhattan Island with a stipulation. Remember me telling you that we got in a storm, we lost the ship, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so I was given the job when we hit dockside to get the stairway, 2 stairways between decks were ripped off the ship and twisted. They were quite heavy. That and all the gear that was busted to get it off on the dock. Anyway, and this southerner that they took on, crazy guy. He's holding the. In other words, you got dead weight, a big piece of metal. I don't think it's about from this door to that place. Big piece of metal stairway.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, hold it. Now pull over it on the side. He lets go, and the goddamn thing comes down right across my shoes. I had big shoes on them, like army boots. And I said, I can feel your blood filling the shoe. And right from there, the port captain is signing us off the ship. You sign off, and you've been there so many days, you get so much pay. Okay? Right off the bat, I said that I got such and such an accent. Witness, I said so, and the bosun was there, and he vouched for the accent.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it was written off on the log on my payoff that so and so, and that's when I was working for Standard Oil. I got a call from some lawyers, and I said, I know what that is. I went. I told the office manager, hey, I may be late. I got to go down to some lawyer down in downtown. When I get down there, he's hemming and hawing about the thing. He said, the accent and whatnot, and how much, what are you working on? Now, I'm working with Standard Oil, accounting department, understand? I'm very, I have to be very vague. I said, I'm working Standard Oil. What are you doing? Doing porter work. How the hell can I tell him what I'm doing? Understand? Because right off the road, what the hell you do? However, I had a report from the port marine doctor, on the port marine doctor, because I took my shoe off. That was the first day when I took my shoe off, and she looks at it. There's a woman, doctor. She looks at me. Says two colored eyes. However, she told me, what's that over there? She took the nail and yanked it off the It just bandaged it up. That'll take says, incidentally, is there any other malformation on your body?
Besides the two colored eyes?
That's right. She had me strip and examine me. There was nothing wrong with me except the goddamn one eye that just didn't finish colorating.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm stuck with that. Incidents that happened. Oh, incidentally, when I'm San Francisco, I get back to San Francisco. When the old West Hanukkah was back in the thing, I went and I got my seaman's papers, able-bodied seaman certification. I got a row of goddamn big boat. Coast Guard has examined me. Okay, now he said, how's your medical? I have to go to see the port captain. Port captain, he said, Kukla. That's a familiar name. I said, yeah, sure. Czechoslovakian and all that. The port captain knows my father.
So how did he know Frank?
It's a small world. Goddamn small world.
Did he meet him in the city? Did he meet him back in the old country?
No, they were in the same town.
Wow.
he got to San Francisco. Okay, he's a port captain. My father was supposed to go to Pittsburgh. Never got there because mother's friends were here in New York, and
Here they stayed.
here we stayed. And he had a job there.
Sorry, Andrew Carnegie. I had to stay in New York.
Yeah, he was recommended to U.S. Steel, and Carnegie, the goddamn thing. That's it. And that plant my father worked in it back in Bohemia, part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. That plant is still in operation.
Is it?
Your godfather is who?
Now this is my quiz for you. The Eagle Scout, Dave Millicent.
Dave Millicent. Dave Millicent, one of his jobs was buying steel for a company that he was with.
Mm-hmm.
He was buying steel from Poldai Works.
No kidding.
And my father worked for Poldai. He and the engineer there had designed this goddamn press, tremendous size, and a hydraulic press. They had taken a lake up in the air, one of these mountain lakes, and piped it to this
down on top of it.
To this machine, the whole way. Well, old Kaiser Wilhelm had his big Bertha, but he couldn't make the shells for it. The shells were made at Poldai, pounded on this goddamn press.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that, my father was asked to come back to the States, come to the States. That's where he got the thing. So, as I say, we were discharged. We never got to Ellis Island. When they pick up the pilot out in the bay, out in the Narrow, and we went with the pilot on the ship, and from there we went right to Battery Park, and the friends were waiting there.
Met you there?
Never.
No? I'm not going to find your name over there?
Hell no.
Wow.
Hell no. However, my uncle came in subsequently, about 6 months or so. He was coming in. That was my mother's side. He was coming in. He was getting a job there, and he was an expert on steel.
Mm-hmm.
Steel. Anyway, he got a couple of patents out in Illinois. He went through. We went to see him at Ellis Island. We got to Ellis Island finally to see him. He went from here through an alley like to go on a train to go another way. Hello. Goodbye. The only way I found out about the fact that he's still, if he's still alive or not, I don't know. He should be dead by now. Okay. And the fact that I picked up an Iron Age, it was one of these monthly Iron Age magazines, and here I'm coming through it, and then there's this Skrinosh. They have an ad for a rapid, when they smelting iron, you have layered out, and the molten iron goes down,
mm-hmm.
and when it's down there, they have like gates. He had patents on these special gates that allow molten metal to pig out. That's the only way I found out he was still alive. I said, oh, damn it. Big word, still a little boy. Anyway, while I was still in high school, I was attached to the YMCA. I did a lot of this and that.
Was that when you were rowing?
No, I didn't. Oh, they had those rowing machines there. I wasn't rowing there. I was being instructed in fencing. Fencing. Now you have all the elements. You have the foil. Mm-hmm. You have the saber.
Épée.
The épée and the broadsword. Now, the broadsword, I love that damn weapon. The instructor I wound up with was a German captain. And he was an expert in that. So he trained me in YMCA in the weapons. And he had contacts. The best broadswordsman at the military academy, West Point. He got him down there. And my style was, in other words, his style was, what do you say? How would you express it?
Aggressive?
No,
fast?
No. It's like...
smooth?
No. Classify it as far as... it's supposed to be that way.
Mm-hmm. Classical.
Classical, okay, to follow a certain procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my instructor didn't. It was the German way. In other words, you had no mask or anything on. All you had was like tape over your eyes, over eyebrows, and you got to take it. Or you had the
vest.
You had the chest protector, but that's it. And that's what instructions I had. So under that, he was in a handicap against me, because I did not allow him to take a swack at me. I kept aggressing. No, the poor guy never got a show. And he was supposed to be the best.
All the way down from West Point, you wouldn't even let him have some fun.
And on that same token, don't forget, this is going on to 28. It was the Olympics in 28.
Mm-hmm.
Because of him, and that, what had happened, the German-American Bund here was sponsoring me to take the foil and the whole damn business in the Olympics. I would have had to quit my job, and I was in school and working at the same. I had a job after school.
Was that the one on McDougal Alley?
That was.
The printers?
No, that was when I was going to NYU, because NYU, from there I went to school across
the street.
Well, mother said no.
didn't want her son going to the Olympics, huh? Dropping out of high school?
That would have been the whole damn thing. That's it. No, that wasn't in high school. That was in college. Of course, high school was 25. This is 28.
The end of college. And she still wouldn't let you do it.
She wouldn't let me go. Matter of fact, when I entered college, I had been on a football team and swimming team in high school and all that. NYU was they had a good coach and they were winning all over the place. He offered me a scholarship. I said, hold it, me? Scholarship. I wasn't aware of all the Lulus that were attached to scholarship. I said to my mother, she says, no, you can't. You can't do that. You can't do that. I got one from Columbia too. Same thing. No, you gotta go to work. Columbia. The reason why Columbia wanted me, I was on the track team. My dad, they didn't place me properly. Understand? I start the first 40 yards. I'm ahead. Columbia had a man named Kopish. He was on the football team there up there, and he was one of their best sprinters. However, he was his first 40 yards, his first start. He was a slow starter, but he wound up. The coach up there had me going up to Columbia after school and chalk up. They had the board set up the board thing and chalk up for sprints.
Mm-hmm.
So here he Kopish and here's me. He's got me practicing. My first 40 yards, I got him beat. That's what he wanted. He wanted that thing. In other words, that he got what he wanted. And I told him I can't. My parents wouldn't allow me to take the scholarship because their idea was I have to go to work. Between the goddamn football. I was lucky in football. Yale, we were practicing over Sutton Park. The school was located where the what the hell is this called place? 66th Street. Come on, name that.
Lincoln Center.
Took over the school property on 66th. Well, we'd cross over to the park and go against ethical culture school. In ethical culture, they had a good back, and Rockney had a scout. Scout was scouting this guy. Now, who was over there was also an alumnus from Yale. He was the best pace kicker, drop kicker. They were drop kicking in those days in the United States. So he taught me how to drop kick. And I was good. And I also was what they call today as a defense back. And What happened? This goes all around into a circle. What happened was we were playing with ethical culture and this beautiful back that they had. That Rockney's scout was watching. He got me every time he moved. I nailed him.
You didn't make a good show for the scout.
I didn't
For
make
this
a
other
good show
guy.
well, they took him though.
Yeah?
He was good. He was good. But I was good in kicking. That was the reason why. That was one of the reasons why I was offered a scholarship at NYU. Yeah, come on. Well, anyway, this Kopish, he placed in the Olympics. That's all they wanted. They wanted. How training, how specialized training works. Here I am, an old man. Come on, give me a break.
I think the subject is asking for a hiatus.